Hello, Liberty University students. This is Patrick Russell, and this is my aviation careers presentation. This semester, we took an in-depth look at 7 aviation careers available to Liberty University students. During this presentation, I will recap each career studied. I will focus on aviation careers available in the St. Louis, Missouri area. The first career we looked at was an airline pilot. Airline pilots are required to obtain many years of flight training before reaching the 1,000 to 1,500 hour minimum needed to enter the airlines. The progression of flight training is a private pilot, instrument rating, commercial pilot, multi-engine rating, flight instructor, multi-engine flight instructor, and instrument flight instructor. Upon completion of a 4-year degree, pilots have approximately 250 to 300 hours of flight time, and then the preferred method would be to enter the flight instructing world for 1 to 2 years to obtain the additional 750 to 1,200 hours needed to enter the regional airlines. There is a very high pilot shortage right now. Please, if you are at all interested, please take a look at this. AirlinePilotCentral.com is a great resource to look at, lists all the different regionals, cargo, mainline companies. Also gives you the requirements and that what their pay scales are and things like that. So a great resource there. Missionary pilot was the second career we looked at. Missionary pilots answer to higher calling, delivering the word of God. Pilot qualifications are very specialized here. Depending on the mission that the person would be flying, the particular aircraft, the ability to work individually is paramount. Passion for helping others in need, time donation, and financial stability is required. Very rewarding aspect. And Wings of Hope is an organization here in St. Louis that does great missionary work all over the world. FBO manager is not required to be a pilot, but it is very helpful. Business or marketing background balance many aspects of running a business: HR, financial, property management, fleet management, purchasing, and maintenance management. Ability to motivate, inspire, and manage people, very financially rewarding. FBO manager also falls into a charter company that you may not be aware of. There's also a flight school would be one that you might be more typically aware of, but a great company to work for in St. Louis would be Aero Charter, located at Spirit Airport. An airport manager is also not required to be a pilot. Many of the same requirements and aspects of being a FBO manager, but of course with the added responsibility of working very closely with local, state, and federal municipalities. So there's a lot of different, more broad scope things that one would need to be familiar with. Of course, this would require a high level of experience to obtain this position. Obviously, probably working as an FBO manager in the past would be a good way to get that started too. Ability to motivate, inspire, and manage people, very important. It's a people job, very financially rewarding. Spirit of St. Louis Airport here in St. Louis is a wonderful local airport, executive airport, has an air show every year. Also involved with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math programs all over the world. So that's a great program to get involved in. UAS operators are required to obtain pilot certifications. Specialized training is needed for every and each unmanned aerial piece of equipment that would be flown. Often going to be working as a federal contractor overseas. We know where that means. Where you would be requires long deployments, possibly hostile environments. Very financially rewarding, though. So that's a very great aspect to that. Locally and more day-to-day, one might be involved in real estate, surveys, utility inspections, photography, site surveys for different aspects, surveying farm, crops and things like that. So it can definitely be a great aspect of, and a very growing industry, fairly new, but very growing in. Airline mechanics must obtain an aircraft power plant license, must have obtained 18 to 30 months of work experience before certification is complete, ability to work on several different types of aircraft. So many aircrafts are flown for many different airlines, and they have to work on all of them. Currently, there is a very high demand for airline pilots, as well as many airlines are offering apprentice programs to help you get started and will pay for your training and certification. So if you're ever interested, it'd be great. Aviation safety officer is the final one. Aviation safety officer is required position at the airlines. So aviation safety officer is optional in general aviation. This person is the culture of safety ambassador. How does this work? You have a high ability to learn from aviation mistakes and establish programs to mitigate any risk in the future, or at least moving forward, establish programs. One thing that was not mentioned that I did learn again is that if you want to work in the federal government, the FAA, there's an additional requirement and regulation that you need. If you'd like to look at any of these opportunities closer, please take a look at the websites here that I have listed, and they will provide much more detailed information and give you some insight into the local area where I live. Hope you enjoyed my presentation and look forward to yours in the future.